I got you. Read.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Now hold on. Start again at the beginning.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Now when you hear it, it just kind of runs past you because we used to hear pastors read the Bible and everything, right? But the first two words says, my people. Who's God's people? Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Pick out. Who is we? The white man that did this to you?
No, the black.
His people?
The original people, black people.
The original people, the black people, right? So you mean to tell me the people that went into slavery, right here on slave ships, he talking about them people? Because believe it or not, he called them his people back in Egypt too, when we were in slavery. Right? I'll prove it. Exodus 3 and 10. Because at the beginning of the Bible, the first slavery, who was that with? Who were we amongst? Who put us in slavery the first time? 400 years. You remember that story? They talk about that in church. Damn, they don't tell you nothing in church. 400 years we were enslaved to the Egyptians. Y'all remember? Hold on, Dan. Hold on. I'm going to prove it out right now.
There we go.
3 and 10, right?
There we go.
Because again, what's your name? Gas. And Paul? Paul. Okay, I thought you were saying Pauls. I'm like, dang, bro, you go around calling you Pauls. All right, so listen, what the officer was saying is true, right? But I want you to really think about the conditions that we're in today, right? When you look around here, like we hang out at all the corner stores, right? Is that by choice or we forced to do that?
Bring it out.
They made it that way.
They made it that way.
How they make it that way, Paul? Educate me, bro. You know what I'm saying? How they make it?
They put us in low poverty first.
Okay, they put us in low poverty?
They chopped us in this ball.
Okay, now Gas, who is they that you're talking about?
White folk.
Okay,
right?
Right. True, right? True. Just saying the truth don't mean you hate them, right? It's saying you acknowledge that I know that you put me here, correct? What you got, Gas? Huh? You hate crackers. Okay, well, hey, rightfully so, because of the Bible, right? We're going to say it's not the person that you hate, but the conditions that you're in that make it that way. Right? Hosea 4 and 6. I got you. I got you. Read.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Now, hold on. Start again at the beginning.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Now, when you hear it, it just kind of runs past you because we used to hear pastors read the Bible and everything, right? But the first two words says, my people. Who's God's people? Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Huh? Teach out. Who is we?
Black to
The white man that did this to you?
No, the black.
His people?
The original people, black people.
The original people, the black people, right? So you mean to tell me the people that went into slavery, right here on slave ships, he talking about them people? Because believe it or not, he called them his people back in Egypt too, when we were in slavery. Right? I'll prove it. Exodus 3 and 10. Because at the beginning of the Bible, the first slavery, who was that with? Who were we amongst? Who put us in slavery the first time? 400 years. You remember that story? They talk about that in church. Damn, they don't tell you nothing in church. 400 years we were enslaved to the Egyptians. Y'all remember? Hold on, Gad. Hold on. I'm gonna prove it out right now.
There we go.
3 and 10, right?
There we go.
Because this was during the Egyptians' time.
Yes, sir.
Are the Egyptians white or black?
Black.
They black. So when people say we enslaved our own self, it's because they confused about who's the Israelite and who's God's people are. Right? Read it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 10. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people.
So he said he gonna go to Pharaoh and said bring forth who?
My people, the children of Israel.
Oh, so you see how plain that is? That's something they never taught us in church. It says my people, children of Israel. So when you go back to Hosea chapter 4, right? Hosea 4 and 6, right? Read.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Because, Paul, we got a lot of knowledge, right? We got a lot of knowledge how to sell drugs. We got a lot of knowledge on how to play basketball. We got a lot of knowledge on how to drink. We got a lot of knowledge on how to cook that thing, right? But what?
my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Damn. So what knowledge are we rejecting that God rejects us to the point where we go enslaved? To the point that where the system is set up, like you said, Paul, that we in the lowest state.
Right.
Why God ain't put us out of that thing? What's the knowledge that we lack? Our original knowledge, which is what?
Our native language, our spiritual
Our heritage,
our
right?
Heritage. Yeah, my bad.
Okay, I know that's what you're getting to, right? I was just trying to help you out. All praise it. All right, so read that.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7. For the priest's lips shall keep knowledge, and they shall seek the law, the law at his mouth.
So it said the pastor's supposed to keep knowledge and teach us the law, God's law, according to the knowledge. Because without it, what you see right now is what we got. That's all we got to rely on. So if we stay in this cycle, what you think gonna continue to happen? Right. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. What you think gonna happen, Paul? Exactly. If our people keep showing up to the corner to buy whatever we buying, I ain't accusing us of doing none of that today, but I know it's out here. If you're gonna keep buying it, not you, but if our people keep rolling up to buy the drugs, it's gonna put us in a depressive state, because all we're doing is trying to separate from the pain that we live in this community. That's it. They just want to ease the pain, right? That's all they looking for. But read that.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
You hear that? Because God didn't judge you immediately for the things that you do. Damn, that sounds familiar. Don't that sound like every single black woman that pray for their sons out in the streets that's doing evil? Saying, I just want them to bring my son back home.
Right.
So God showing mercy upon that son. Does he not deserve to die if he out here doing wickedly? Wasn't there somebody that just got shot, 25-year-old, right? My sister was telling me it happened over there.
My people, my cousin.
Yeah?
Down the street right there.
Said that he had a gun. Why did he need a gun? Amongst his own brethren, why he need a gun? Why we need weapons against our own brother? Because we used to have weapons to protect us from the oppressor.
Right.
And now you saying the oppressor made us think we oppressing each other. Right? Read.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Read on.
Therefore, the heart of the Son of Men is fully set in them to do evil.
Because the sons and daughters ain't put to death. They ain't get no disease. They didn't get any punishment from God immediately. They continue in their sin.
Right.
Just like my sister was telling me, she a daughter of a pastor. But she fully drunk and in shorts, going everything against the Bible. Right? Read on.
Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and in his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God.
It says, because we continue, it don't matter if you do it 110,000 times. It says, surely, because you live long, as a righteous man that's not doing what you're doing, should I look upon you like, damn, man, how this dude, he keep doing dirt, and he good. I left all that shit behind. I don't want to go back to it, but if he good, damn, I should be able to do it too. Right? But it says the ones that keep the law, statutes, and commandments, it definitely should be well with you with God, because God got his hand on you. How you think you got to that spot to where you could repent? Because he held you close. But the ones out here just doing whatever, and they don't get judged over 100,000 times or whatever, they think it's okay to stay in sin.
Right.
They're saying they like you in oppression. Your own brothers say, I like you in oppression, Paul. No, you ain't gonna get out the hood, because I don't want you to get out the hood. Because you keep breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, you're gonna remain in the state that you're in. I think we're in verse 12. Read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God.
That's right. It's well with us that fear God, because if we fear God, we get the blessings according to the Bible. Read on.
Which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked. Neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God.
So my brothers, when we were talking earlier, it said you don't know when you're going to die. But if you being wicked, yeah, your days are shorter than what you originally supposed to keep. Your days are going to be shorter. So what do you think we should do, Paul? How do we start to get out of this situation?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Changing the way we live.
Changing the way we live. How? Yeah, Ezekiel 18 and 30. Start there.
Also, Psalms 119.
What should we change, Paul?
You know?
Nah, just speak for you, Paul, because you right here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just like I had to speak for myself. This man had to speak for himself, right? At some point, as men, we got to stand in our own crap and be like, you know what? I can change this. You know what? I can do this better. I understand what my homies are doing, but you know what? I'm going to stand without today, right? They take one step at a time, right? Read.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18 and verse 30. Therefore, I will judge you, O house of Israel.
Man, there's that word again, Israel, Israel. Did he say he was going to judge the white man? Did he say Caucasians? Did he say Asians? What did he say?
Therefore, I will judge you, O house of Israel.
Paul, you got kids?
Yeah, I got two.
If they in the street passing time and told them to be at home, what's going to happen?
Yeah,
You gonna discipline them. Okay, how about the other kids they was with? You gonna grab them, you gonna snatch them up too?
You gonna say something to everybody.
You gonna say something to everybody, but who you most concerned with?
Mom.
Your people. That's why I say Israel. He said only Israel. I'm judging you because I told you better.
Right.
I didn't tell them. I told you better, right? That goes for all our people. Read on.
Therefore, I will judge you, O house of Israel, every one according to his race.
Man, everyone according to his ways. Y'all hear that? It say everyone according to your ways. That's how you gonna be judged. Paul, what you missing? What you missing that's greater than God right now? I don't want to keep you from it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to educate our people on how we get out of conditions that we in today.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Right? Because what's the best way we set examples? What's the best way we set examples amongst our people?
Change.
Huh? They physically see something, right? They physically see a change, right? For example, you was up here, Paul. We saw you. You got the white tee on. You got the jeans on. The man Gas was up here. He had the white t-shirt. He had jeans on. Damn, that sounds like influence to me, right? To the point where you got the red bottoms on. He got red bottoms on. You see what I'm saying? And most of our people do sag, right? But is that appropriate? You think you're going to catch a righteous sister dressed like that?
No. No.
So why do you think us men do it?
Hey, boy, y'all go in my car. Hold on, man.
Hey, how y'all going to take Paul's car, bro? What kind of wickedness is that? Come on,
Thou shalt not steal.
For real. Thou shalt not steal, for real, bro. Judas 8. Hey, oh, hey, but read that Judas 8 real quick. Judas 8 and 24.
There's the book of Judas, chapter 8 and verse 24. Now, therefore, O brethren, let us show an example to our brethren.
It says we're supposed to show an example to our brethren, Mark 4, because the devil just took Paul away from understanding who he is and how we should move forward. It says that we should be an example to our brethren, so much so that we come and study the Bible to make sure that our people understand that this ain't a white man's book.
Right.
This is for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You continue in your sins, and the kids are still going to continue to get shut down or shot down in the streets. Our people still going to sell drugs to each other until they die. Nothing good comes from this. We've lived through the drug game. We lived through the gun game. We all know what the cycle is.
Right.
But how you gonna wait till it happens to your house to start praying to God? Hosea 5:15. How do you wait until the pain actually hits your house before you look up and say, oh God, please take this pain away? Please help me. How do I show other people not to fall into the same thing? Read.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
Most High God said he is going to leave you until you acknowledge your offense. Read.
And seek my face.
Then you going to seek him. Because after the pain that hit your house, that's all you got left is to seek God to find out why this took place. Read.
In their affliction, they will seek me early.
Because when you crying and beat down bad, you will seek the Most High God. You will seek his laws, statutes, and commandments so you can understand how to be an example to your people so we can get out of this condition that we're in today.
Right.
All right.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.